Zerp. That's gonna be the word for the night. Is Zerp. That's what. Oh shoot, we're live.
And we are live. Hello and welcome. We were just talking about Zerp. I believe. I'm not sure what the vernacular is here, but hello and welcome.
Not to be confused with Zurg from Toy Story.
I was not confused there. I can promise you that. But hello and welcome to the maybe 7th episode of this season 2 of the Holler Podcast. My name is Stephen Borbell. We have no idea what's going on. Ever since last week with the wives coming in and trying to take over a little bit, it's been a little hectic. But my name is Stephen Borbell, the driver of the number 2 Ford Mustang for Next Level Motorsports. I'm joined by Carl Pooler to my left. Carl, how are you doing tonight?
Not too bad, Steven. Hey guys, this is the driver of the 71 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 for Limitless Sports, and on the other side is, of course, Richard Wolsifer with a beard he's very proud of.
A beard?
A beard.
Hey, y'all, Richard Wolsifer, driver of the 56 Chevy Camaro ZL1, stints built for Limitless Esports. It's been a day for sure, and we came back to Carl talking about Zerbs on a phone. I don't know. It's been a strange before we went live moment. That's for sure.
I'm still lost, and I'm sure I'll be lost all night on that. I don't understand. It wasn't in the room for it, and
I'm not joined by my lovely, beautiful wife that apparently did not say last week. So I said it now. She can get off my back. I did.
No good deal. Yes.
The couch must have gotten uncomfortable.
No wives this week.
The straw down at the doghouse it wasn't cutting it.
We're back with our normal show.
Adjacent.
We don't have to talk about. I don't even remember what we talked about last week.
We talked about Dreamlight Valley, I think.
Oh yeah, the Dreamlight Valley game that I have to download onto the family computer now.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Along with Monkey Ball and Dine and Dash.
That's already downloaded on here. So.
Oh, it's already downloaded.
It's already there.
It is
the
already
takeover
here.
Started already.
Oh no! The gamer wife is coming out.
Dun, dun, dun.
Julia's in our chat saying we did great.
Oh, of course.
Yes,
y'all
did amazing during the race. By the way, the race was very exciting to watch, and I'm really hoping we can get something bigger, I guess, in the not too distant future. But hopefully, it's a date that we can just get and stick with, so we don't have to move things around and things change. But want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors before we get started here for tonight. Obviously, Butt Kicker, the leader in haptics, Sundance Pizza, Idealius, and Ascendance Trucks. We appreciate y'all's support and continuation.
Okay, that's it. That's it. Adam, when we're all hanging out, I want you to slap Borbell and just say, "Remember this moment."
I'm just gonna wrap it up. Let me 1 second. All right, and we are back. I don't know if I can recover that. Richard, Carl, can y'all take over? I'll just go back to playing NCAA football.
You're fired. You're fired. Finally, someone else is fired, not me.
I don't understand the college football stuff. I just don't get it. It's weird.
Like, well, one, it was a game from my childhood. Like, that's just blind nostalgia is part of it. It hasn't been around for 11 years, and college football is always better than NFL football because, like, you can create, like, you have a relationship with your school, right? If you went to a college, if you went to a university, you have a relationship with that university. I don't know if it's fully transferable to everyone, but maybe it's even a community. Maybe you didn't go to the college, but there was like a big college in your community or a relatively big college in your community, and it's like part of like your town. You can rebuild them and make them national champion. Like, it's just so, it's like such a passionate sports game. Like, I don't know, the pageantry.
I'll have to take your word for it.
You've got to give it a try if you have a console. Highly recommend. I know a couple guys in the Discord have been playing it this week, so maybe we can.
I got NHL 24 for free on PlayStation Plus. I'll be playing that soon.
Good. It's a solid game, not bad, but nothing like EA college football. But no, if you're in the Discord and you have the game, reach out to me and we can start an online dynasty with some guys.
I will say, if I do ever play it, I don't think I will, but if I do, I know I used to play one of the college footballs back in high school time or whatnot, and my team was the Iowa Hawkeyes. Like
Ooh.
that was the team that my character that I created. That was who they got drafted to, and I kind of fell in love with the Iowa Hawkeyes at that point. I mean, I don't have the only college football teams that I would even care about is maybe Notre Dame or Navy. Other than that, I don't care.
Oh, okay. Well,
At least it's not the Gators or the Bulldogs.
I don't. Are they hated around you?
No, actually, they're both loved. I'm in the crossfire of both. Like
Clemson too.
I'm
no?
in Georgia. So, well, yeah, that's true. Clemson also, and USC.
Yeah, well, they're not USC from where I'm from. That's not bad. But
We can't talk about that.
we
But
digress.
I didn't go to college, so I was in the Navy for 8 years. I never went to college, so I don't have
Well,
a college team that
There's
I
a
support.
perfect thing for you then. There's this thing called Team Builder where you can import your own school. Like you go onto their website, you create like the team, like the field, the stadium, the logos, the uniforms, like everything, and import it into the game, and then you can do a dynasty with them. So you can do like
US
did you
Navy
play, like,
enlisted team. Let's go.
did you play, yeah, that. Did you play like high school football? You can put like your high school football team in there or something like that. I don't know. Like
No, actually, I was not allowed to play football in high school.
I wonder why.
I was literally told if I went to tryouts, I wouldn't be picked up.
That's fair.
So I
But
was like, okay.
we've gotten off onto a bad foot. Let's get back on track before we get back off track again.
I know.
Oh, man. We have to
Last
find the
week
track
we ended the
first.
stream. We ended the podcast with gaming. We started out with gaming in this one.
Yes.
Let's get into racing. Let's
Please.
get back on track.
So this past week we were at Legacy Atlanta for the Roosters Market 250, 160, 165 laps at Old Legacy Atlanta. We had a total of 0 cautions for incident. Wonderful, amazing, impressive, shocked, flabbergasted. There were a lot of adjectives.
Bamboozled.
There was a lot of brown pants moments also, and everyone kept
yes.
it straight still.
Tell me
Carl
about
had
it.
a few
Yeah.
himself.
Yes, I did.
But no, it was awesome. I did not expect coming into it that we would not have 1 caution for incident.
Yeah, especially after how Texas didn't go terrible, I don't think.
No, like it was reasonable.
But I mean, still people had their issues, and we still had cautions and whatnot. But so like with that, I was kind of expecting at least 2 for incident.
Yeah. So on lap 2, I got taken out into the wall and had to go in to get repairs. And I was like, oh, I'm only 2 laps down. Like, I'll be fine. Like, there'll be some cautions here soon, and I'll get my laps back real quick. Well, end of the first stage, caution comes out. I'm like, okay, I got 1 lap. And I have to wait till the end of stage 2 to get my other lap. And it was just like, this is not what I planned at all. But no, it was shocking. You really had to make your tire saving work.
Yeah, what
especially in that
happened to
last
you,
one.
by the way? Because I know me and Carl, we came around the track, and we're like, Borbell's in the pits. What happened?
Yeah, so it was lap 2. We were going into turn 1, and I know I had Jamie Plord on my outside, and then William Maddox was behind me going into the corner, and then he sent it in between Jamie and I in 1 and 2, and he started plowing tight on the exit of 2, got up into Jamie a little bit, and then got broken loose, came down into me, turned both of us right into the wall, to the outside wall, and broke the car a bit. And I was like, it's fine. Like, I'm just going to drive it on track. I had like a meatball up. I'm like, I'll drive it on track, and caution will most likely come out in the next couple of laps, knowing how these people drive. And caution didn't come out, so I had to go pit. And Gavin's like, make sure you don't speed. And I'm like, I'm fine. I sped in the pit road. Had to hold for 40 seconds and lost another lap for it.
Oh, no.
But I was just playing behind the 8 ball all night, and then almost made it work at the end, but ended up killing my stuff trying to get through the whole field. So that's what it is. Not planned. I love mile and a halves, but would love to have that one back.
Yeah, that was honestly, it was a really fun race. I was impressed by everybody. Everyone put on a heck of a show. We had one of our larger fields for the season, also at 18 cars that started the race. That was awesome to see our numbers kind of maintaining around about the same, drivers. It's really good to see. Obviously, we're hoping to. What just happened?
Who joined and who left? Someone joined. I didn't even
That
pay
was
attention.
Gavin.
Was that Gavin?
That was Gavin.
I
Yeah,
didn't
he
see
messed
it
it
quick
all up.
enough.
Really, Gavin? Really? But anyway, no, it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of people like I didn't expect to have issues like they did. I know Evan, he sadly had to call it a night. I think he got too much damage and he was just like, I'm done. I'm just
Yep.
he's been struggling this season. That's been a bummer to see, man. I hope he can rebound, later in the season as well. But yeah, Gavin, you're fired. I know really tire saving was the name of the game because like holy cow, like if you once your tires were gone and everyone else still had some, like you just fell like a rock. And I experienced that in stage 1. Like I think it was up to second. I know I was in second pretty much all of stage 1, right behind Mason. I led 2 laps. And then I mean I thought I was doing okay at tire saving. Like I know I was driving faster than what I should have been. But I was not expecting to drop like a rock like I did. That was insane.
No,
Yeah,
yes.
you know,
Go ahead, sorry, Carl.
I was no, it was. I was just getting some of my results here, but I was actually disappointed because the practice race we did Monday. I felt really comfortable. I was really saving the tires really well Monday night, and I went into the night really confident. And I started 5th, which I figured okay would be all right, and if I just finished in the top 5, I'd do okay. And I don't know if I just didn't save the tire like I needed to. Maybe I just overheated. I don't know. I did fall behind on strategy a little bit, but like a lap or 2. But I was really hoping for a top 5. So 7th is a little bit of a disappointment. Even with my mediocre day, I think I finished 5th in the first stage and 6th in the second or something like that. So
Those stage
it was
points
just
are huge.
they are huge, and it's just I just didn't get where I was really hoping to be at the end of the race.
Yeah, stage points were massive because I mean, my stage 1 and stage 2 did not end where I wanted to end, and I only had 8 bonus points for the race.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know 1 bonus point was from leading a lap, and the other 7 split between stage 1 and 2. So that was wild. Stage 1 and stage 2 was basically my test stages, I guess.
Oh yeah, they
Well,
usually
I
are.
mean,
Well, I try
Steven,
not to let them be my test stage. I try to
I
use
mean,
the
they kinda
practice
have
race
to
for
be.
that.
Well,
So,
and
but-
just to emphasize the importance of those points, Steven, not to pick on you a little bit, but
No,
you
please.
lost 5 spots in that race because there is a big goose egg
Yeah.
in your bonus points column. You had a top 10 day, but 0 bonus points, and that just dropped you like a rock through the standings. So
No.
yeah, those stage points are just absolutely brutal.
They're critical because I mean when you have a field of 20 cars or even less, when you can get up to 20 stage points, that's more positions than you can earn on track for the finishing position. So it's like it weighs stage points very heavily. Not saying that the system's imperfect. It could potentially use some tweaking based off of field size, but it requires you to have a good full race. And there was a time Adam was basically telling me, "Oh, don't worry, you have the whole race to get back up." And yeah, in my head, I'm not worried, like, because I can get back up to at the end, hopefully. But at the same time, I'm like, at this rate, I'm not going to get any stage points the whole race, and that's going to completely kill my day. It doesn't even matter if I win at that point. Getting no stage points is terrible. I missed out on a big opportunity. So yeah, keeping it clean and just keeping it mid-pack to up front all race is very important for points.
Yeah, because even though I got 8 bonus points, I mean Dustin Stallings and someone else, they both got like 14 or 16 bonus points. Who finished in front of me, and I'm like, here at 8, I'm just like, oh man, that's still like half the field right there in bonus points that I missed out on because of just not being able to save my tires and drive the way I should have drove in stage 1 and stage 2. And I mean, I finally got a hang of the car in stage 3, but I mean, then that was more of a strategy call with everybody because, I mean, I had four lap fresher tires than Adam, I think, when we pit. I think we pit 4 laps after you guys did. So I mean, I had a little bit of extra leeway in that, and I mean, I drove all the way from I think 13th is what I came out of the pits in, something like that, and I still was able to drive up through the field, get finish 3rd. And I was catching 1st and 2nd. I needed more laps. I needed more laps to catch them. But even that, like, it just, I mean, I gained, I think, 1 or 2 positions in the points. So I mean, it definitely still helped, but
Yeah.
like still just seeing the 8 versus the 16 of the cars in front of me, it's like, God, man, that's a lot of points still.
Getting 16 bonus points in a race is a very, very good race. I mean, I try to shoot for 10 bonus points a race, and I feel like I'm happy with it. So 8,
Dustin
not
got
bad.
18 and
Yeah.
Mason got 19.
Okay, so yeah,
Johnny was
way higher.
15. Adam was 16. Yeah, so it's definitely interesting seeing your 8 bonus points in the top 3. But hey,
What is it? In a perfect
that was a
world, it's
good
22?
finish.
22 bonus points is perfect?
22 for leading a lap, leading the most.
Pole.
You get 23, so it'd be
23.
23. So
well,
23
and then
bonus
another
points.
thing, Richard,
I think
you
you-
did lead 2 laps, so that's even with a lead lap point too. So again, another point to help you through the season here.
Yeah, so I mean, I did tell Mason, we were talking. I was like, Mason, I'm going to race you a little bit hard for a lap or two because I just want to lead 1 lap, and then after that we can ride it out. You can get back in front of me and we can just chill. And he's like, I don't care. I was like, okay, cool. I just want to lead my 1 lap and I'm happy. I just want my 1 point.
No, I totally get that. That 1 point could be big, honestly, of just getting you the ranking that we go into the playoffs and getting extra bonus points into the playoffs is beneficial as well. So we're still racing for a lot here, but we did have a first-time winner this week. I don't think it was a big surprise per se. Johnny Wood Jr. won his first race, so congratulations to him. He has been wickedly fast on 1.5 miles. I mean, he's been fast everywhere, excuse me, but 1.5 miles, like Texas and Atlanta, unreal. Very hard to deal with, very hard to catch up to. So big shout out to him. Congratulations. Dustin Stallings was right behind him. He was relatively close there at the end. Dustin has a great tendency to save tires, especially at these intermediates and short tracks. He's really good at that on the long run. He has the speed. So another great run from him. And Richard, you found yourself in third. Good finish. I know you didn't get the bonus points that you wanted, but still, third's a good finish. Adam Buzzio 4th and Mason Hausman 5th. Just to round out the top 5. But any big shockers from you guys? Just how the
no real
race
big
went.
shocker. I mean, the big shocker was like 0 cautions for incident. That was impressive. That was the biggest shock for me. Johnny Wood, it was good to see him pull off the win. He was definitely the guy to beat at Texas also. I think it was just a pit strategy or a pit difference is what put him behind the 8 ball, I guess. He had to start behind people. And I think that's one thing with Johnny is like if he gets in traffic, he struggles a little bit, it seems like. At least at Texas it did. I know there was we only had it was a green-white checkered finish, I believe, at Texas, right? So, I mean, he didn't have laps to be able to get that momentum going. It was kind of like, all right, who's got who's on the front row is going to be your winners, basically. But now it's good to see him get that win. Again, we have another first-time winner in season 2. I mean, we only have 1 repeat winner, so it's been a heck of a season for everybody getting wins they need, or even wins they just want to have.
Yeah.
So this season has been probably one of the most competitive seasons in any league I think I've been in. Seeing different names up there all the time, everyone in the top 10 for the most part is about who you'd expect, but it's always different. It's always a different layout of who's finishing where, and it's been awesome to see and awesome to even watch on the broadcast as well. So it's really awesome to see. Good job, Johnny Wood Jr. on getting the win, man. I know it was a little bit of a heartbreak after Texas. You felt like you probably might have gotten robbed from that one a little bit, along with Brendan also thinking
Yeah, I
he
was
got
going to say, a
robbed
couple
little.
people heartbroken there.
But good job coming out on top here, Atlanta.
With that, would y'all like to discuss your meatball of the week for this past race? I mean, I can go first. William Maddox is my meatball of the week. He reached out and we talked about it a little bit. So we're on good terms, but it was just a little ridiculous to me to send it 3 wide on lap 2, and it's what it is. So, yeah. Richard?
Carl's
Carl?
been quiet for a minute.
Yeah, Carl has been quiet.
Yeah, I've been thinking on everything that's being said, and the meatball is going to be hard because I think everyone really did well keeping it clean, keeping it green.
I mean, the meatball is not just for cautions. It could be a bad strategy call or just a bonehead
man,
idea or something. Not saving
well,
your
if that's
tires.
the case, I guess I'm going to give myself a second one for being so damn confident into this race and not respecting it like I probably should have. I might have walked in a little too cocky there, and I guess I will just give myself the meatball of the week for the second week in a row this season.
Got to get that sticker on your
I
car.
know.
I'm not getting the
Hey,
win
at least-
anytime soon, so I got to
at
put
le-
something on there.
I was about to say you can at least have those on your car behind your name before you get a
Oh,
winner
man.
sticker. Oh man, I was thinking about meatball, and I was gonna say myself for the first 2 stages, but I don't want to be like Carl and blame myself again for a second week in a row. I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna say Evan. Just unfortunate week for him again, and not necessarily because just bad luck. That's really what it is for him. It seems like he's a heck of a good driver. I know season 1 he was always up there racing. And he generally is a really good tire saver. He's usually a long run speed demon, and it's been an unfortunate season for him. Sitting back there, I think he's 16th in points still, maybe 15th, around about that time.
Don't
Or
have
area?
the points, but that sounds close.
Yeah. So and
he's 10th actually. He's
Oh, he's
finding
10th?
himself on the cut line.
no kidding. Okay. Evan
Yes, he
Patinko,
is
right?
still there.
Yep,
Yes.
yep,
Evan
yep.
Oh,
Patinko,
wow.
10th.
Well, that's
with
awesome.
1 point cushion.
Good.
Nope, sorry.
Really, what's helping?
3 point cushion.
He has 3 points, and what's helping though is he has started every race.
Yes.
Yes.
So he's been up there, been able to contend. So Evan Patinko's still in the hunt for
Awesome.
the chase.
But yeah, just unfortunate. Really, it really is what I'm giving him the meatball for. Nothing necessarily that he did bad. I think he just got caught up in something, which. I mean, I don't know exactly what happened to him because we didn't have replays to really go back
Right.
and watch because there was no caution. So,
Jared has a good one. I had completely forgotten about. Of Johnny
man.
oh my
I
God,
did
I forgot
too.
about this.
How
catching
did I
the
forget
grass,
about that?
the infield grass on the initial start of the race and just spinning it. I mean, he recovered real quickly afterwards.
Oh,
You know, we can't give the meatball to a guy who spins and wins it. That just doesn't count.
I mean, you could
can't
give it to him.
He won the race. You can't give him 2 stickers.
That's a good point.
Oh,
jeez.
But
all right, he gets the honorary meatball of the week
Honorary
as
meatball.
mentioned by Jared Hughes. Jared Hughes could take the fall for that, not us.
Sure, the Hughes honorable mention.
But I will say this: I will give a shout out to Patrick Hernandez, though. Man, I think this was like the first race he actually stuck it out, and he didn't fully hate the track and complain about it the entire time. So,
yeah, the radio
he-
was quiet for everyone almost all
I
race.
know, for the most part, yeah. I mean, I think Patrick, he didn't even do terrible either. He did pretty good.
no, he
overall.
finished in 10th. He got
Yep.
4 bonus points at the stages. So yeah, he actually did pretty good. With what he's had to overcome this season with some bad finishes, some bad luck, some rough tracks, but he came out strong. So good finish to Patrick at 10th.
And I will say, man, after Atlanta, we are getting into more of a consistent momentum building area of the season. We're not. There's really only one weird track that we're coming up to, and that's going to be Eldora, which we raced last season. But I still know a lot of people are not fans of dirt track racing, Carl. Carl's going to be seesawing that steering wheel back and forth down the
See, I'm
straightaways.
a fan of it. I just don't have the talent for it. So I just the dirt racing is just one of those I try to get through and not have to waste a drop week on.
I'm with you. I'm totally with you there.
So, but I mean, we do. We have a really good rest, pretty much rest of the regular season coming up. Let's see here. I mean, we got Kentucky next week, Iowa. It's a short track, but I mean, it's still, nothing completely off the wall. Going back to Indianapolis, then we have Eldora. We have everybody's love, Chicagoland. We do have Bristol. I did forget about Bristol.
Yep.
Actually, no,
About
Bristol.
Bristol is a fun
Yeah,
race.
Yeah, but Bristol, I think we had no caution last season, right?
Or at least one.
I think
we
you're
had one,
tripping.
for instance, in the beginning.
So, and then we go to Auto Club. Like, I mean, none of those tracks are
I'm gonna
really
fact
kind of
check
off
that.
the wall.
No, I think that's right. I'll stake my reputation on it.
And you'll stick your reputation on it. So it's going to be more of a momentum building part of the season now. I think people are going to be able to build a little bit momentum going into each and every race every week now, and it's going to be a little easier for everyone to kind of get smoother. So it's going to be nice. It's going to be
I'm
a nice
hoping
little
you're
break
right.
from.
I'm hoping I can get out of this rut, this funk or whatever. It feels like got the target on my back and just nothing's going
Hey,
right.
I
each
will
week.
say this, Borabel. I raced you well at Atlanta this
Yeah,
last
no,
night. And
I haven't
you
had a
actually
problem with
got
you
to
or
me
Carl.
a few times.
Did I?
Yeah, either you got really, really, really
We
close.
got
or
really
you didn't
close
get
at
my
a
buzzer.
time.
Yeah. I was like sitting there going, damn, Borbell, I mean, I deserve this, but Jesus.
I was just racing hard. But
But no, it was still a lot of fun. I had a blast at Atlanta.
sorry, I am still fact checking this.
You're still fact checking Bristol last season.
2 cautions for incident.
Was
oh,
it
I
really?
thought it was only one.
Yep, it was 2.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good for Bristol. Like,
Yep, and
It
we
really
had
is, though.
only 2 leaders during that race.
Gavin and Ronnie.
There you go.
Yep.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Like it was
With 5
yesterday.
cars finishing on the lead lap. I mean, that's
Sounds
going
about
really
right.
well. But no, Bristol's a fun race. I'm excited for that one. But that's what I wanted. So now, if we take a look at our standings, where do they go? Mason Houseman's our current points leader. Johnny Wood Jr. is second. Third is Adam Buzzio. Fourth, Richard Wolsifer. And fifth, Carl Pooler. As you had said, I don't remember who said it earlier. Sorry, Richard or Carl. I had fallen back to sixth in the points, not because of that. Jared Hughes seventh, tied with Dustin Stallings in seventh. Brendan Maddox ninth, and Evan Patinko rounds out 10th. But he has Richard Smith in 11th, Matthew Corder in 12th, Jamie Plord in 13th, and they are all
5 points. They're all within 5
they are
points.
all within 5 points.
Even go to Dakota Bly. They're all within 10
What was
points
that?
of each other. Dakota Bly.
Dakota Bleh?
Bly, I'm fighting for you, bud. I'm fighting for you. But yeah, I mean, they're all within 10 points of each other. I mean, even the battle between Richard, yourself in 4th, and Dustin Stallings there in 7th and 8th and 9th, we're all within like 12 points of each other.
Yeah.
We have battles going on the track, and we have battles going on in the standings. We're what, just over halfway of the regular season?
I think under.
We just finished race 6 out of 13, I believe.
Yeah, so we're all about
yeah.
halfway. Kentucky will be the halfway marker.
So here we are with all these battles going on, and it is this close. It's only going to get more intense from here.
But yeah, I'm excited to see. And like Richard said, it's getting a little bit more like consistent track wise now. It's like standard NASCAR tracks besides Eldora. So I'm excited.
Even though it should be a standard NASCAR track, dang it.
It should not. I will fight for that.
I don't. It's still going to be mixed it up. We have Kentucky cool, and then Iowa, Indianapolis. It's short
Then
track,
it
long
gets
track.
normal in my opinion. After Eldora
Yeah.
is really where you get like NASCAR
It's like a speed
schedule.
bump. Good chunk.
We've had such an interesting schedule so far. Richard says amen to Eldora being on.
Jared says amen. Thank you, Jared. I'm glad someone agrees with me that Eldora should be a NASCAR staple.
But going on to next week, we are in Kentucky, as we said, for the Castle Smart Alarm 250. 165 laps. Stages are lap 40, lap 80, and lap 165 is the final lap. Have y'all raced Kentucky before? I honestly don't even know if I own the track.
I think
feel like I have,
one.
but I don't
Yes.
remember it.
Do you know
I think
anything,
I have.
any advice that you can give to anyone listening? Or myself?
If I remember correctly, I'm gonna have to do
It's
some
a little bit
research here.
flat-esque. Like,
It
it's
is
not flat.
but it also has the graduated banking.
The
So the
progressive?
further up to the wall you get, yes, the progressive
Progressive
banking.
banking.
Thank you, Jesus Christ. But yes, it has the progressive banking. So it's as you go up closer to the wall, it's bank more. And Sam out there is as he's watching, he's telling turn 1 and 2 are different from 3 and 4.
Huh.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to definitely agree with that because I'm gonna have to struggle with my memory here, but I want to say 1 and 2 you can take up high, and 3 and 4 you kind of want to stick to the lower side. But I might have gotten those confused. But yeah, Kentucky is one of those that the regular NASCAR guys don't really run there anymore. It's been a few years, so there's a lot of unknowns about Kentucky with this next gen car.
Yeah, and I'm a little worried with how of it being a flatter mile and a half. I don't know what the banking is, but it's probably, if I had to just spitball, I'd say like 16 to 18 degrees. as compared to like a Texas or Atlanta, which is sitting around 20, 22, 24. Of with the slower corner speed, how difficult is passing going to be, and then I mean I've seen with our league on flatter tracks, it just turns into a nightmare of a race, because you kind of have to give someone a little bit of a bumper to get around them. I'm not saying it's going to be full on that, but I am a little worried about that.
I'm
so
gonna miss
here-
Sam's bumper. New Hampshire loved his bumper. Love you,
So-
Sam.
So here it is. In 2016, the track was resurfaced in slight reconfiguration, adjusted the bankings from 14 to 17 degrees in turns 1 and 2, narrowing the track to give the cars leaving pit road a wider exit. So it's this is when they also added the safety barrier. And so it's, I don't know if they have the rescan in or not. That'll be interesting
When
to
was that
find
done?
out later on. 2016. So I'd imagine they probably
Yeah, they have
rescanned.
that in.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So I guess turns 1 and 2 are going to be vastly different from 3 and 4 with the different banking in each of the corners. So yeah, it's going to be one of those. And 14, 17 degrees is not a lot of banking either.
No.
Even towards the top there. So it's definitely going to be the Larson line, I believe.
Quite potentially, and I don't know off the top of my head like what Homestead is. Homestead's probably a little bit more than that.
20s, I think.
Oh yeah, I think
Lavish.
it's.
18 to 20.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
just slightly more.
Well, see, I'm not a fan of Homestead either, so this is going to be great for me.
I love me some Homestead, so who knows?
Oh, I know you do.
Oh, Homestead's a little different also because it's not the fry kind of oval. It's an actual paperclip look. So
It is, but even Homestead turns 1 and 2 are different than 3 and 4. Like it on paper, it doesn't look like it, but driving it, especially if you're driving that high line, the wall comes at you a lot sooner in 3 and 4. I feel like, so who knows what we'll see here.
well, also I feel like 3 and 4 has that little bump like literally in the middle of it, so that doesn't help either.
No, it's every track is so unique. Even if it looks the same on both sides, like everyone always talks about Darlington of like 1 and 2 are way different than 3 and 4, and they are. They're completely different. But like every track is different. Like it's not
Oh,
perfect.
man. What about Bristol? Like, I think that's one of the best
Mhm.
best example of those is Bristol. Yeah, on the map, it looks exactly the same on each end of the track, but you get driving out there, it is not
No.
at all.
It is not, and it's such a minute difference. Like it is just
Mhm.
barely tighter of a corner in one of them. I don't even remember which one is the tighter one. But like even going there and looking at it, like it looks the exact same on both sides until you are driving in the car and you're like, wait a minute, I can't do this the exact same. So I don't know what to expect with Kentucky, and I don't know if that's what we have to expect. But I don't know. I'm looking
Expect the
forward to it.
unexpected.
Expect the unexpected. I'm pretty sure it still has the green walls on the scan of Kentucky. I could be wrong from when they ran like the Quaker State, whatever deal that they had with them. I like when NASCAR does that. They paint the walls weird color.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, all white walls all the time is kind of like. I mean, it's
it gets boring.
It's staple. It's normal. It's not necessarily boring. It's just how it's supposed to be. But it's cool. It's cool when they do paint the walls like that. I mean, you have the Bristol red and white stripe wall, which is awesome. Or even when they paint it black. Honestly, I really like the
That
black
looks
walls
good
of
too.
Bristol. It is so sharp. So
Homesteads, like teal walls.
the yellow walls at Charlotte.
Yeah. Or are they? They're not yellow anymore.
Not anymore, but they
Okay,
were.
yeah.
When it was Lowe's Motor Speedway.
Oh, that was wonderful. Yeah, no, I love that kind of stuff, and I think more tracks should do that. So if you're listening, tracks, do that now. But
Do it.
predictions.
Do it now. lol.
Who is going to win the Castle Smart Alarm 250 at Kentucky?
Every time I see the castle, I always want to say it's Quassel, and I don't know why.
Quassel Smart Alarm
I think
250.
quiet, and I see castle, and I'm like, oh, it's Quassel. No, it's not Quassel. It's Castle, not Quassel.
Who would like to go first?
You know what? I'm gonna go out there. We had a flat track just a couple of weeks ago. He was really quick there. He has the opportunity to be really quick here as well. I think Richard has a shot here. I think I really like
Ooh.
Richard being maybe a flat track ringer with that dirt experience he keeps talking about that he loves so very much. But in all seriousness, this does seem to really help him on some of these loose flat tracks. So I think Richard's going to be my pick.
I
Richard does
appreciate
look
that,
too
but I
thin.
am going to let you down probably really hard on that one. I think I'm going to say Adam. Adam is always really good at those flat tracks, the really short tracks. And, like I said before, I feel New Hampshire kind of slipped out of his fingers due to some on-track incidents that happened. I mean, he definitely, like I said, if we went green the rest of the race instead of having those late cautions, it was going to be hard to hold him off. I don't think I was going to be able to. So my pick for next Tuesday is going to be Adam.
And with that, I'm going to go with Dustin. Dustin, just thinking about Homestead, last time we were at Homestead, Dustin was very quick on the long runs and up there with me battling it out. And he was going to have it if he didn't have a pit road issue during our green flag pit stops. He had more pace. And I think he's going to get his first win in the Butt Kicker Cup Series. So 2 out of 3 of us have a new winner of the season. Sam says he has Johnny or Mason. That's a fair point. I just don't want to pick someone that's won already. I want diversity in our winners. Parity
And I'm not-
diversity.
I'm not going to lie, man. I'm actually a little shocked Adam hasn't got that win yet. I know he was really looking forward to having more wins this season.
Yeah.
And it's just he hasn't been able to just grasp it yet. And like I said, the big one that really slipped from his fingers, like that I can recall, was New Hampshire. Like I know he could have won that race. It's unfortunate. So I mean, I'm glad I won it, but
Julie definitely agrees with you. Richard says Adam.
Shocker.
Adam wins Kentucky. Let's go. I never would have thought Julie would have rooted for Adam. Who would have thought?
Yeah, you
Oh, you know what?
You have
This-
to keep
this-
his wife's name out your mouth, Richard.
Oh, I'm sorry,
this-
Mrs. Buzzio.
This actually may help Julie the whole living situation there. I can only imagine how stressed out, how frustrated Adam is with not having that win yet. So yeah, I can imagine Julie suffering just as much.
Oh man, and I agree with Sam.
Sam.
He just said in chat.
Yes.
He just Next Level has just had a very unlucky season so far. It's, I mean, you guys have the speed. You're up there all the time. It always seems like there's something.
Yeah, this season, like last season, I think we had great luck and great speed. Like everything that could go right did go right, kind of thing last season, and now it's completely flipped. And I guess we're paying back all those dues from last season of everything that can go wrong does go wrong.
Oh, Gavin was part of Next Level Motorsports. They need to sacrifice some of those wins from last season.
Yeah. So I don't know what we need to do, if we need to sacrifice someone on the team.
Oh, whoa. We're not sacrificing anybody.
Spiritually, of course,
Virtually.
and figuratively.
Oh,
But
please.
no,
Give your
in all
soul to
seriousness,
us.
we have been snake bitten. I know I won the first race of the season at Daytona, and like ever since then it's been like I have not wanted to. I don't even look forward to Tuesdays right now, just because it's like here it goes again. I'm gonna get wrecked or something's gonna happen and just not fall the right way. But no, I mean Adam and Dustin both specifically, and Carl yourself included. Like y'all are bound to get this win, like your first win, especially of the season, anytime soon. It could be next week. It could be not Iowa.
No.
I mean,
Oh
I-
my god.
No, not
no, I
Iowa.
mean like
No faith at all.
Dustin and Adam are going to win Iowa, in my humble
Yeah.
opinion. But like anything else, Indy, I have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea what to expect. How many
Indy's-
people here are from Indy? Like in
Indy's
the next
crazy.
gen. Okay. Well, Richard, like Richard's not part of this conversation because he just sits at home all day and plays Ivory. No.
That is not true. I didn't turn my computer on today until like 6 o'clock.
So AM.
PM 1800. I'm gonna slap you also.
I'm just getting slapped around on the track and off the track.
Carl's
You
got
know-
Eldora, Jared. Jared says
Yeah,
Carl's got
no.
Eldora.
No, that's not happening.
This is your
it's-
year.
My year. It's funny. I was looking up, of course, stats and stuff before the podcast, and we were getting ready. And I'm looking at it. In all major categories, I am within the top 4, top 5 of average finishing position, average running position, average rating at all, top 10s. I'm one of 3 of us with 100% top 10s of every finish. It's frustrating, especially when I'm a competitor. I love to be a team player, and I'm seeing my teammates have success, and that's good. But I'm also a competitor, and seeing that, I'm like, damn, where I can do it. I'm in that spot, but I seem to either mess myself up or make a bad call and put me back there. So yeah, I'm hoping it's coming, but it's not going to be anytime soon.
And I think that concludes
Carl's rant is over.
Carl's rant
is
for the
over.
week.
Carl's pity party.
Oh man,
I think I'm blanking right now.
I supplied the teacups.
Yeah, so make sure to tune in to
I know
the,
we haven't had a
Castle Smart
regular
Alarm.
podcast in 3 weeks,
I
so
know,
it's kind
it's
of
been
we're
weird.
off Peter here a little.
You can't lose if you crash everyone. I need to take that advice, Jared. I need to take that advice. But no,
I mean,
be
it
sure
does
to tune
seem
in
like
Sorry.
someone's thinking that advice somewhere.
to the Castle Smart Alarm 250 at Kentucky on Extreme Sim TV. His YouTube channel next week, next Tuesday, July. Don't have it on my calendar because that's the last week of my calendar. July 23rd
24th?
at 9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, be there, be square. With that, NASCAR news. I guess we can move
Real
on to.
quick, actually.
please.
We did just make the announcement that
Oh.
the starting halfway through the total season, the entire season, not just regular season, we will be switching over to a new broadcasting channel. So starting at Eldora, we will be actually broadcasted by Pit Stop TV.
What do you have to say about Pit Stop TV, Richard?
I'm just excited that we're going we have another. I don't know. I'm just excited. What do you mean?
Nothing. I'm just curious. No, but that's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up, and give everyone a heads up that we will be switching, kind of like how NASCAR does. Switching TV providers halfway through the season, and we'll be on the different channel. But yeah, I'm super excited for it. Taking a look at a couple of their broadcasts lately, and seems very quality, seems very good, and also, I mean, give a big shout out to Extreme Sim TV for supporting us and giving us the platform to be on and to be out there and get out there. But yeah, super excited for that. Starts Eldora week, is that correct?
Yes, that will start Eldora week.
All right, yeah, good deal. So that's 3 weeks from now, or 2.
3 or 4. Kentucky, Iowa.
Indy,
Yeah, 4 weeks. We have
Eldora.
Kentucky out. Yeah, so 4 weeks. In 4 weeks.
Not even 3.5.
Well, we have 3 races left, so 3
Yep.
weeks left with Extreme Sim, and then the 4th week will be.
Yeah, 3.5 weeks, and Pit Stop TV will get new links out there when it is applicable. But yeah, super excited for that. And without further ado, anything else on Butt Kicker Cup Series?
Wow. We will
That's my
miss you,
bedtime.
Sam.
We will miss you, Sam. Yes,
Yeah, we'll
our good
miss you on
friend
track,
Sam
man.
Dyer is unfortunately withdrawing from the season. He said he is too talented and too skilled for us, and we are not making him better. He has decided to leave for greater pastures. No,
He is abandoning us and his car for the booth.
unfortunately. He has a job to do.
He ain't a real race car driver to it. No, I'm just kidding. No, Sam does a wonderful job in the booth. He's fantastic. So I think actually it's going to be their IndyCar series that he's going to be casting on Tuesday nights.
Oh,
so
awesome.
no, so that'll be
Oh.
interesting to
Well,
watch.
Tuesday night, so I was going to say, I wish I can tune in, but doesn't sound like I can.
You can tune in after the fact.
That is true. That's true. I don't know. It's always better live. I just want to, just hop in
You're
the chat,
not
give
wrong.
Sam something, and hopefully make him giggle on stream.
But now we'll miss you, Sam. We'll watch your amazing casting ability and watch those Indy
Mm-hmm.
cars because Indy cars are fun to watch, man. I love IndyCar racing.
And Sam is a top tier caster.
He is definitely a top tier caster. That is very, very true.
when I first heard him casting a race, I felt like I was like watching the race live on TV. I had already like I participated in the race, so I knew what was happening. But I was on the edge of my seat, just like, is this real right now? Like, this is who's broadcasting us right now. So big shout
Oh
out
man,
to Sam.
2 years ago when I started, like I shared the broadcast with my dad, and he called me after like every single race. He doesn't do so much anymore just because I'm not. I don't know. He falls asleep. But like the first, many times that he watched, especially over there at Freaky Fast, like he would call me up. He's like, "Damn, dude, like that looks real. Like that looks and sounds like I'm watching a real race on TV." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is freaking awesome, man." Yeah, Sam does fantastic at being in the booth. So. You guys definitely need to go support him and watch those races. Even after we're done with our race, go watch the VOD and support Sam and what he does.
All right. Anything else, boys? Carl, want to talk about your time broadcasting?
It's actually funny that my time broadcasting was actually a lot of fun. Got to know a lot of good people. Got to know the back end of things. Was able to broadcast with mostly Zach Hall. Freaky Fast does the a charity. I think they've done it 3 or 4 years in a row now. In December, it's kind of a prep up for the 24 Rolex, and I was able to help with that as well. So they're just a fun bunch of guys, and Sam is definitely top tier. Listening to him, and that's actually fun to say because that's how I met you guys. I was actually a broadcaster there at Freaky Fast, and broadcasted you guys on Wednesday nights for the Wicked Racing League, and found that I think I would rather race with you guys then and put more wheel time in. So it's those relationships you can create while broadcasting and interacting with all these different drivers from different specs. Watching him do an IndyCar league is making me curious because, like Richard said, watching those Indy cars can be really, really fun. And a good IndyCar Oval League it could be just how Shoutcaster Sam gets his name. You can definitely find that out at an Oval League of any kind with Sam.
All right, and best of luck, Sam, and we will be supporting you. But on to NASCAR news. NASCAR, the Cup Series was at where were they this past
Pocono?
week? They were at the Triangle. Yes, they were at
Pocono.
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 I'm sorry.
All right, hold on.
It was
we
so
were
boring.
talking
I fell
about brain
asleep.
farts earlier.
I
Okay,
fell asleep during
and
that race.
that was a literal brain fart, not him just farting around because stuff was in his brain. So
They were at Pocono. Who won? Ryan Blaney won. Pocono. I'm telling you,
done.
I'm
done.
I did not care for the race. I really didn't watch too much of it. I know about Corey LaJoy and Kyle Busch, obviously, but that's all I knew from this week's race.
yeah, that was that. I still find it funny how Corey LaJoy and even his spotter or crew chief, whoever it was like, "Oh yeah, Kyle Busch turned himself," and it's like, bro, we all watched Corey LaJoy's car. You could tell he came up into Kyle Busch's rear end. Like, how are you gonna sit there? You'd say you didn't turn him when you're the one that turned into him.
I mean, at the end of the day, like they already like made their bed. They kind of just have to like stick with it now. It just looks even worse to go back on it. And even if it's emitting, it's like, well, we already are rolling with it. We gotta just keep going.
I mean, even so though, like you can get more respect by like going back and saying like, yeah, we reviewed it. That was my bad, actually. Like just in the moment, that's not what it felt like.
It's too late now.
Yeah,
Well,
it's definitely too late now. You've doubled down on your Busch run himself.
I think the other factor is Corey LaJoy and both Kyle Busch are in the back kind of racing for a ride. I mean, I think Kyle's safe, but Corey LaJoy is always kind of that driver on the move, worrying about his next job. And I think another one of those is Pocono's really, really wide. And I think we've all had that incident with the driver on track where he's blocking you, trying to get around, and you go as far low as you can. You have the driver in front of you following you down just to block you, and patience runs out. I don't blame Corey LaJoy for what he did. That was one of those situations where I think Corey was tired of it and says, you know what, if you're going to play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes. And I think Kyle Busch paid the price that time.
Yeah, see, I don't think that was a stupid game though, because that's literally what everybody does all the way down the front.
Well,
stretch of the
everyone
game,
does it,
so-
and everyone gets mad about it.
Well, I mean, the thing
so-
is though, it's hard to say it's a stupid game when everybody does it. You know what I mean? Like, I
Well,
think
I
the
mean-
problem is like Corey LaJoy and Bush, they have a history of each other, and I think Corey LaJoy has even said in prior seasons that he was trying to wreck Bush or he wants to wreck Bush or something like that. So I think they have a history behind that. But I mean, he didn't just take out Bush; he took out 3 or 4 other cars alongside.
6
so,
cars.
Yeah, it was.
And he
It
got
wasn't
away
just
clean.
He got away
Mm-hmm.
completely clean. So it wasn't just the whole like, I'm gonna touch him and spin him out, and then get around. You know, it was no. He sent Bush like.
Yeah, it was. Oh, Rev is here. We can officially restart. 1 second.
Restart. All right.
All right, and
All right, we're talking
welcome
about some
to
kind of
episode
Zerb that-
7. Oh, yeah.
Gotta talk about Zerbs first. Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 7 of the Holler Podcast. I'm Richard Wolfsfer. Rev's here, so we're actually got to start over. I hope you guys
Yes.
don't mind. We got to redo the whole hour.
56
that
minutes.
Rev is making us do. Sorry, 56 minutes. Not quite an hour.
Not quite. We
Sorry,
got
I'm gonna be
time
like
for
my
it.
wife here.
We got time for it. But we were talking about the cup race. I really don't think there's too much to discuss
No.
about the Pocono race as a whole.
It was long.
It was long.
Kind
It's
of uneventful.
Pocono, it's strategy-esque. Lots of speeding in pits for, was it Larson, Elliott, and then there were 2 others, weren't
Gibbs.
there? Gibbs.
It's
I
either
don't
Gibbs or
know.
Reddick.
I really don't know. Again, like I didn't remember much from this race just because like most Pocono races I don't. Just because it's Pocono. Not to hate on the track. It has its place for somebody. And that somebody is not me. I would like to go
They-
to the track. But not on TV.
It's one of those tracks that the cars need more speed. They just it's
How fast do you want
hard.
them to go?
I mean, I get that, but I feel like Pocono was a lot more entertaining in the older Gen cars, Gen 4, like those cars.
I mean, I could argue half the tracks were more entertaining in the Gen 4 too.
Well, no, I get that, but like Pocono is a special case because it's such a long track and you're slowing down for the turn, so it's not like you're full throttle like Daytona,
Yeah.
you know. So that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that will 100% fix it, but
You know
I
what
mean,
they should do?
It could.
Imagine Pocono, but with 34-degree banked corners.
Oh my god! How would you do that in turn 2?
I have no idea, but like
How would
It's
turn
not-
2 work?
I don't know, but I think that would be super unique. Like, yeah, it's super
30
speedway. Like, everyone loves
30-degree
it.
bank turns in 1 and 3. Keep 2 the way it is.
Oh man, did you guys ever race
no.
Gran Turismo Blue Moon? I think course it's a triangle similar. Turn 1's pretty well banged. Turn 2 is decent. Turn 3 is pretty flat. That could be fun. It's only like 2 miles in that one, but that one's a fun one too. I could see that.
Like, I just think, I mean, it's super speedway like length. Why not just put some big banked corners on it? And
We don't want another super speedway, to be honest.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to it. Would you really say no to it, like completely, and just no?
I mean, Atlanta maybe was one of those things where it's not sitting right, but like a
a good
3-cornered
product.
super speedway, I could get behind
Something
that. Can you
new.
imagine? It's something that can you imagine going 220, 230 into turn 1? Like, come on.
Okay, so maybe turn
There's
1 has to be
opportunity
banked
here.
like 40 degrees.
There's opportunity there.
There's something. Pocono, call us if you want some help with reconfiguring your track, because
We know some people.
I know some people. I know where asphalt can be obtained, and we can work on that track. But
And I will say, I don't even think speed will fix Pocono, like to make it more entertaining, because like Pocono's got some of the hardest wrecks that we've seen.
Yeah.
Like, they are violent wrecks there. So it's hard
Maybe
to say
more
what could.
drag.
Then you're
I
just
mean-
gonna bunch all the cars up like a super speedway.
But they
bad
And are you
thing.
going to be able to pass though?
probably not.
But
I mean, you gotta
could
put that into
pass
factor
this
also.
time. I mean,
I mean, it just depends on what line you took. Like, you
So,
could get runs, but I don't know.
Jared
I don't know.
said
It's.
Bank Bristol 75%.
I will say, though, part of the race, I thought one of the coolest moments that happened at Pocono, not because it took him out, which I was happy for also, was Ty Gibbs when his motor exploded on the front stretch. The cameraman needs a raise because
Yeah.
being able to zoom in on the exhaust and keep it basically centered screen and just seeing the chocolate milk pour out was the coolest shot all season, I think. And everyone, like all over social media, was like, give that cameraman a raise because that was a cool shot.
well,
was
there's
pretty
there's
neat.
more to it because that's the second or third week in a row that Toyota's blown an engine. So we may be seeing reliability issues over there at JGR in 2311.
Yeah, it has been going on for a while, I feel like. The first one, what was it? Denny Hamlin at Sonoma on like lap 1 or
Mhm.
2, and then that like started it all. And it was like, what's going on with Toyota over here?
Did we ever find out what happened with that also? Did like,
I don't think
because
they
the only
ever-
answer we ever got was Denny just saying, I don't know, it blew up. And it's like,
You know?
I mean, the way it blew up on such a like
I mean, we
weird
don't
spot of the
deserve to know.
track. No, we don't. I was just curious. I was just
That might be
So-
something Toyota wants to keep private.
Toyota's super secretive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
yeah, I was just curious if it was like if he accidentally did shift wrong.
I don't think so.
Because
I mean,
it was
actually,
just-
I
it
wouldn't be
was-
surprised.
It just blew up. Like there was just nothing. Like it was just such a weird way it blew up. It was just kind of like,
You don't see engines blow at Sonoma of all places very often either.
and that's why I was saying is like, was it a misshift? Which I don't think so. Denny's a freaking veteran, but I mean everybody's.
And it
not
is hard to
perfect.
misshift a sequential. I mean, it's possible, but it's a lot harder.
I mean, if his hand accidentally hit the wrong way, like, oh no,
Yeah.
balls.
But yeah, that's NASCAR. Next week is the big one. I think most people have been super excited for this race coming up. We don't know if it's going to be a good product, but at the end of the day, like it's a crown jewel in NASCAR, the Brickyard 400, and I believe, if I read it correctly, Rick Hendrick is driving the pace car.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's really exciting. And then NASCAR goes on their Olympic break. Is that correct?
Yes,
Yes.
they do have 2 weeks after Indy for the Olympic break because Olympics.
Yeah, woohoo.
Hey, I enjoyed the Olympics. All right.
I mean, they're fine, but they're not better than NASCAR. Like, if they were going on as well, like, I would watch both.
If it was the Winter Olympics, I mean, I'd be all over it. But I mean, the
Nah,
Winter
summer's
Olympics is
better.
in the
Ooh, I like the Winter Olympics more. Curling, all the way.
curling. 100% curling is the
Love
best
curling.
Olympic sport ever, man. And then you have hockey also. Like,
But hockey half the time doesn't even have NHL players in it, so it's like, why am I
So?
watching this? Most of the time
what's
it's
wrong
terrible.
with that? Have you not seen Miracle?
Classic Kurt Russell.
I'm just not even that. Like, just the whole story behind Miracle. Like, a whole bunch of college-age students took down the #1 team in the world that has won gold the past
Okay.
like 6 Olympics before then. So it was
But,
like,
like, if we did it now, it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
you never know. Well, no, because like nobody's been dominating hockey and whatever. Anyway,
Right, and, like, America's good at hockey. Like, I don't know. I guess it would be like
we are
if,
now.
like, a different country, like, beat our basketball team.
Yeah, that
like-
would be.
That would be ridiculous.
I think they have been though. Honestly,
I think the last 2 or 4 they haven't had the success they want. So we'll see.
yeah,
but-
I think a lot of people make fun of LeBron because he's gotten silver medals
LeBron
in
bun?
past like 2 Olympics. And it's like, how can you sit there and say you're the GOAT when you're getting silver medals in the Olympics in a sport that was literally American made?
Yeah. I don't know. We should add
But
football.
anyways,
Not soccer. We should add American football to the Olympics, and that would be a Winter Olympics thing.
Winter Olympics.
Ooh, yeah, it would.
Yeah.
I guess you could because you can play in the. I mean, you can play soccer in the dome too, though.
Yeah.
Arguably.
Maybe we just need American football, like World Cup. Like, how about that? Then the U.S. can win something,
The WFL, the World Cup Football League.
dude. Tell a couple. Jerry Jones will probably do it. Just let him know.
Oh man. Well, anyways, about Indianapolis though, what's really cool about Indy, a couple things actually, is Kyle Larson is going to be racing his double paint scheme. They're bringing that back for Indy. So he'll be racing the paint scheme he was supposed to race for the Coke 600 at Indy, for the Brickyard. So that's going to be cool. I know a lot of people are definitely excited about I know a lot of the analysts think that this car will actually, they're expecting this car to put on a good product on track. But the Brickyard 400 oval course has been confirmed for 2025. So it's coming back next year.
No matter
what.
And
then after that, they're thinking about flip-flopping each year after that between the road course and the oval, which I hope they don't do that. I hope these new next gens can put on a heck of a good show and show, like, stop putting us on the road course. Give us the Indy Oval. Like, we don't want the Indy road course.
I will say, sorry, go ahead, Carl.
No, well, and I think the main issue for me there is Indy Road Course is run by the Indy Cars. It's run by IMSA. They have a 6-hour endurance there, I think. I don't know if they still do or they used to, but it's one of those where
they still have a 6-hour IMSA endurance.
Yeah, so it's one of those where you just leave it alone, let the stock car do stock car things. I think that's where my issue is with that, because it is one of those things where the only other cars to really use that oval is stock cars in the Indy car for the Indy 500. Mm-hmm. So I think that's also one of those things where just leave it the way it is.
That's something crazy to think that no one else runs oval at that track. It's obvious, but like actually thinking about it, I don't think about it. So
yeah, it's something you don't think about. Like, it makes sense when you think about all the cars that do go to Indy to race, and literally right now until this weekend, for the past 4 or 5 years, it's been Indy cars only on the oval.
They're about, yeah. I don't know. But aside from NASCAR, I know it was pretty big news in the Mazda MX Cup cars.
The Moon Car 24 is happening!
Yeah. The Virginia's for Lovers 300 at Martinsville on October 24th, I believe.
26th.
26th, somewhere around that. I want to go to that so badly.
I do too.
Definitely thinking about going up to Martinsville for that. I feel like that would be a great time.
So what we're talking about is the Mazda MX-5 Cup is going to be racing at Martinsville Speedway. That's going to be a wild
road course car.
See, I saw that was announced. I'm like, that's my weekend on my birthday. That would be really fun to go to. Go to that, and I think they're combining it with the Whelen Championship race there.
It's going to run side by side with the NASCAR Whelen Modified Series finale.
Yeah.
Idea just came to mind.
Oh God.
Is this another brain fart?
It's probably another brain fart.
Hear me out here. So we had the Powder Puff race at Bristol in the Mazdas. Our new revamped Powder Puff race, Martinsville, around the same time.
Ooh.
I know, it sounds terrible. It sounds tricky. They have to brake, then they have to hit the gas. But you can't tell me that would not get you excited for Mazdas in Martinsville.
I wouldn't be able to sit in here and watch my wife.
Oh, that would be hilarious. That would still be pretty funny, though, watching that, broadcasting that.
All right, just keep it in the back of your brain. We'll keep that in there for a little bit. I'll bring it up in a couple weeks and see how y'all are feeling about that after it's marinated for a while.
All right.
But other than that, I know I got so when we recently moved to Tennessee, they set us up with a newspaper subscription, like for free for a month. Of the town that we live in. I was like, oh, that's really cool. I didn't know why this newspaper was coming every day. But I saw in the newspaper, I haven't read a newspaper in, I don't know, 15, 20 years, that the Cup cars were at Bristol this week running a tire test on Tuesday.
Oh, I did see that on Twitter.
Yes, they're running a tire test.
Whatever.
It was warmer out. I know that was the big call out from when they had raced there last time. It was warmer, so the rubber was actually getting into the track, and they used PJ1, I believe it was, on the bottom lane instead of resin to potentially help with that. So, don't know what to expect.
it was not your typical like top tier NASCAR teams either.
Oh, no.
Rick Ware Racing was there,
Mm-hmm.
which was strange to see.
And Austin Dillon was there.
Well, and this is also on the heels of an announcement NASCAR made earlier this week. They are going to use dual compounds for Richmond later this year. So they're going to have a regular primary and a softer alternate. And I think this also goes into NASCAR's push to be a little more diversified. It's all about strategy, give them another angle. So I'm excited for all these tire tests going on all at the same time.
I'm really curious with this tire option at Richmond if they're going to have a rule where they're required to run both styles of tires
I
at
don't think
some
so.
point.
I mean, you're going to have a certain amount of sets of each. Like, you probably don't have enough to where you can run the option tire the whole race, is my guess.
Well, I'm just curious about that because look at like other races that do other option or other compounds of tires. Like F1, they're required to run both compounds of tires at some point. Not, however you want to run it, you still have to change the compound of tire. I think IndyCar at some tracks do
IndyCar
the
has
same
it
thing
too.
as well.
Not the
so I'd be
oval courses, but the road courses.
Right. So I'd be curious if NASCAR makes a rule like that, where like, hey, you at least have to run both compounds of tires at least once in the race, but however you want to mix and match it is up to you. So if you want to be half and half, if you want to do one set of the primaries and then all alternates, like it'd be curious to see if that's a rule or if NASCAR is just going to be like, here's a couple alternates, you can use them as you see fit.
I feel like they're just going to let them go at it for now and then figure it out later.
And I think Steven's on the right course of they're going to give them an allotted set for the weekend. Say, this is what you got. Good luck. I mean, look at F1. They have usually 3 different dry compounds, a wet and an intermediate. They are allowed a certain amount of each set per race weekend as well. But NASCAR races are typically twice as long. So I think we will see a set allotment rather than a mandatory switch or mandatory usage number.
I don't know. I think NASCAR's 3 times as long.
I mean,
Well,
yeah,
they
F1
can.
races are quick.
I just hope that there is enough of disparity between the soft compound and the hard compound, I guess we'll call it, the option and the regular tire, just because to make it actually worth it. Like, if it is a little bit faster, but it doesn't wear the same as the original tire, I'm talking about the option tire, that is, then, like, it's not going to create the extra action or the strategy element that we want it to. Like, we expect the option tire to be, I don't know, let's spitball half a second or a second faster when they're both fresh, but then also 15, 20 laps, it just drops like a rock kind of deal.
And I think that's something they wanted to test at North Wilkesboro, but I think it was too cold because of the rain, I believe. And they couldn't, like, get an accurate, data on that because I think a lot of the drivers that were fast, they literally ran the option the entire race and they didn't, like, there was no fall off. So it was just like, what the heck? So, and I think this Richmond race, it's going to be the daytime race, isn't it? Or is it the nighttime race, this next one coming up?
I'm thinking traditionally the second one is the night race.
Okay. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if it's going to be cooler because it is later in the season. So,
But didn't they did nighttime?
See, that's what I thought. I thought nighttime was the last Richmond race they did.
I think you're right. For some reason, I think it was night because it ended up raining though. But is
maybe
that why? I don't know. I really don't know.
I think Carl's looking up right now.
Yes, it is a night race. Green flag at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Yeah. See, that's why I asked.
Oh wait, this actually may be 6. Oh, it is 6 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, 6 p.m. Eastern. My bad.
Okay. So we'll see. I mean, we know colder weather is going to. What's that date, Carl?
September 1st.
Okay. So
I'm sorry. That was Darlington. Richmond
I was about to say, I'm
Raceway,
like,
August 11th, 6 p.m. Eastern, the Cookout 400.
Okay, so that might be a little warmer still. So we might still get some disparity between the tires. I guess we'll just have to see or wait and see.
Is that the first race back from break?
It is.
It is.
Huh.
Guys, we have to survive like 3 weeks without NASCAR.
Yeah, at least we'll be racing every Tuesday.
That's fair.
I don't know.
Get my fix in.
But what else about NASCAR y'all want to talk about?
Haley Deegan. Haley Deegan just signed to be racing at the Lime Rock All-Star race with Trans Am this weekend, I believe. And she actually partnered with Ken Schrader.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll be racing with Ken Schrader's team or whatever. So that's great for her. It's really, I was really rooting for her to do good in NASCAR, and I think she still could. I think she still could be a phenomenal stock car racer. It just, she needs to find a team that's, well established and willing to take a chance on her. I just feel the bigger teams have been burned by Danica Patrick. And they don't want to take a chance. But I mean, Haley proved her speed in SRX, like in cars that are all literally set up the exact same. So it's kind of depressing to see what had happened, and then to see, obviously, AM Racing has got some major issues internally that they need to work on. And I mean, it was proven at Chicago when Logano.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Logano? Yeah, Logano had to basically tell the crew chief, "Hey, this is what you have to do to tighten the car up." Like, how do you not know that? Like, you're the crew chief. Like, that's something you should totally know how to do, because you're the one telling everybody, do this to the car for the driver because this is what the driver needs. Like, that is your job. That is the whole point of him. Besides the whole making the strategy calls and, things like that. Like, that's your one of 4 things you're supposed to be master. Well, not master of, but like well versed on. So it really sucks to see that, because I was really pulling for Haley Deegan. I'm not saying she had a great truck run, but she only ran 1 season in the trucks, right, Carl?
Yeah, and she almost entirely skipped Xfinity.
Yeah, she didn't have she wasn't even on a great team there either. I think it was still AM Racing, wasn't it? I don't even know. I don't know.
No,
it wasn't. It was whatever. It still wasn't a well-known team. So, and I think AM Racing was just trying to pull the publicity of pulling Haley Deegan in. I think that's all that was. And it's not like she did horrible. Like, a lot of the wrecks she was involved in, it wasn't her fault. I mean, yeah, she could have dodged better, but a lot of them was just like unfortunate positioning kind of situation. So I hope that she puts on a heck of a show in the Trans Am series at Lime Rock this weekend also. So, and if you guys don't watch the Trans Am series, go watch the TA2 series. It is a great stock car racing, road racing series to watch. It is.
Where can we watch it?
YouTube, actually. You can watch them either on the Speed Tour TV or on SVRA's YouTube channel. So both on YouTube. You can watch them live anytime they go live.
I have to check that out. I had no idea.
Other than that, there's not really much else news this week.
There wasn't?
No.
I felt like there was
nothing
something.
in crazy signings. No crazy fines. We already know everything with the the Chicago Street Course. I mean, it was Pocono. Besides some, besides some, like the Corey LaJoie issue, nothing really went on, and I think a lot of pieces are already coming in place for next season as well for some of these teams. SHR seems to be getting snagged up by a lot of other drivers. Or other teams, those drivers are getting snagged up by teams. So I think right now it's calm, and everyone's kind of getting ready for the break. And then after the Olympic break, we're going to see a lot of activity again, I feel.
I mean, there are a lot of rumors going around that Austin Dillon might be out the door soon. A lot of people are kind of expecting next season to be his last season, and those are just rumors. That's not. A lot of people are just kind of predicting that, because Austin Dillon's not performing. RCR is not performing.
RCR is just
like
on its
that
face
is
right
just
now.
wild to me, man. Like the massive success they had between when they had Dale Earnhardt when he was here, then Kevin Harvick also massive success with him, and it's just like ever since the Harvick left, it's been a slow decline with RCR. And I mean, they had really early success last season with Kyle Busch. But like after that, it's like they smacked a brick wall and they haven't been able to get out of the top. Like they haven't been able to get into like the top 15. I mean, Kyle Busch, I think his strongest run was Atlanta, and he got third in that amazing photo finish.
Right, and it's a drafting track, which
yeah,
you can have the worst car in the field and still do fine in this day and age.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, but RCR, Richard Childress is bringing Ty Dillon.
Watch your mouth.
I know. I'm sorry. I would rather have Ty Dillon than Ty Gibbs. But he's bringing Ty Dillon actually up and racing at the Brickyard in the Cup cars. So RCR is going to have 3 Cup cars for the Brickyard.
Interesting that Ty Dillon. Did they get like a sponsor deal or something? Like
I don't know, but he's driving the number 33.
Yeah, that does not make sense to me. But I don't know. I can say a lot of things, but it's no point because I'm not a NASCAR driver myself. But I think Ty Dillon is one of the worst possible Cup drivers you could physically have. Like he's worse than Austin. Like I mean, but again, like I mean, they're far superior than me. And they have more talent in their pinky than all of us do in our hand.
Well, I mean, they also are kind of a spoon-fed family of drivers right there. Granddaddy owns the team, and he's just like, yeah, sure, here's your car. Like, that's the biggest problem. Like, Austin Dillon, he's had a few moments.
He's had crown jewel victories.
Cool.
Multiple.
You drove through the wreck because they didn't call rain in turn 1 at Daytona. Good job, buddy. But no, he did actually win a summer race also.
Did he win the 600?
Yep.
Yeah,
he's won at Texas before. Like,
so he's had wins, but it's just like it's the couple of wins he'd had, and then just nothing after that. It's either win it or nothing. Like I just feel like he's not a talking point ever.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but it's just kind of like Richard Childress needs to stop like involving his family with mediocre talent and look for something.
That's fair. Sorry, just tapping out here.
Even though he does have Kyle Busch,
but does he have Kyle Busch for much longer?
I know right now it's a question: is it Kyle Busch or is it RCR? Like that's another question. Like nobody really knows because it's hard to figure that out right now because
ain't that the truth?
It's so uncharacteristic for Kyle Busch to be doing this bad. Like a guy that wrecked in an Xfinity car at Daytona, broke his leg or ankle or whatever, was out for 6+ races, and still came back, raced his way into the playoffs, and won the championship that year at that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
like the dude's got
Mouse
talent.
Championship.
Yeah, the dude's got talent. It's there. I don't know if it's a split in his focus because he's more focused on his son succeeding right now, or if it's a quality issue in RCR. So
I think with what we've seen in the Truck Series before KBM shut down, I think it is definitely more an RCR quality issue than the talent issue. Because even with Brexton doing all his stuff, when Kyle was running the truck team, he still had speed, he still had success. Yes, he's trying to become more of a father figure and be a dad, but I think he still has the talents. The issue is the equipment he's in just isn't great. He needs help, and he's not getting it.
And Brexton has become more of a forefront because I don't know if you've realized lately that they have Brexton Busch merchandise at Kyle's merch hauler at the tracks.
I have not.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It's kind of crazy. I saw that for the first time this season.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's been a quiet week. Pocono was, quiet. Pocono, nothing wild to talk about. So.
Well,
we have to go the picks for who we think we're going to win is Indianapolis.
Jeff Gordon.
If he was in a car, that's a very good possibility. Though Jimmy Johnson's racing.
Oh, of course.
And he's won 4.
He is.
He's won 4.
He doesn't know how to drive this car, though.
It's true.
No, he doesn't. He struggled so bad.
Give me Chase Elliott.
Okay, that's a good pick, I feel. Carl?
I think it's going to be a Toyota, and I'm going to say Christopher Bell.
Ew. I am disturbed by that pick. Richard?
Don't do it. Don't embarrass yourself again.
You know what I want to say, don't you?
I do.
I have faith in him, man. Like
don't take Kyle Busch again.
He's got to have a break at some point, but I'm not going to do it. and I'm probably going to kick myself in the butt. I probably jinxed him all season. It's probably what it is. I probably
Yeah.
jinxed him.
So
Kyle
stop thinking-
Larson. If I'm going to jinx someone, Kyle Larson.
There you go.
Oh yeah, Jinx Kyle Larson.
No,
Sorry, Adam.
I mean, Kyle Larson's already raced Indy this year. Granted, in a different car, but he knows the track. So, I mean, out of a field of drivers that I don't know how many of them have driven on the oval at Indy at this point. I mean, it's got to be a handful.
I mean,
Well,
like,
and this is gonna
it's
be the
Larson
first time in the next
has-
gen, so
But it's definitely the first in the next gen.
for
So,
like 10 guys that have in the Cup Series.
I know, that's the crazy thing, man. So it basically is like an inaugural race again.
because we'll probably have what MTJ, Denny Hamlin, maybe Kyle
Keselowski.
Larson, Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch has won it twice also.
Logano. Oh man, running out already.
I know. Jimmy
Blaney
Johnson?
was
Oh, you're
probably
something.
pretty close. It's like
Ooh, man, that'd be
borderline,
really
and like
close.
also Elliott.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are
But, like-
borderline guys.
Allmendinger maybe, probably. I mean, definitely back
yeah.
in like
In
early
a cup
2000
car
or-
though.
yeah, like 2010 probably.
Well, at this point, Cup car doesn't really even matter.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fair.
I mean, honestly, any of your experience at Indy before probably does not matter.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm just taking a look
So,
at the
yeah.
paint
But
schemes
out
for
of-
this week real
Out of the
quick.
majority of the drivers, Kyle Larson has got the most recent experience because of the
That-
Indy
yeah.
500. At least knowing the track. It's not mean it's fucking.
Man, can you imagine how slow it's going to be for Kyle Larson? Oh, I'm used to going 230 in the
know.
quarter. What is this 185, 190?
What is this
crap?
185 PS? I'm 230, man. Let's go. Full send. You mean I don't have to change my engine map? What is this?
Oh, I'm not shifting. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Interesting.
But I'm excited for Indy. I'm happy they're going back to the oval. I'm glad the Brickyard's back.
Yeah, definitely. Even if it is strung out and a little bit boring, like I don't think anyone can really.
It's just such a cool track, man. Like,
Exactly.
just looking at it is just such a freaking cool track. It is the little bit of piece of information about Indy Motor Speedway. Actually, it is the largest reserved seat spectator facility in the world.
Was it have like 400,000 seats or something?
I think it's like
Yeah.
275 or 300,000 seats that are reserved seating. So, and that's not including all the people that sit on the infield, all the
Yeah.
campers. Like, that's just your grandstands. Like, that is wild.
That is crazy. I don't know. It would definitely be a spectacle for sure. And that's this Sunday. I don't know what time. Do y'all know what time? Probably around 2 Eastern-ish,
Probably 2, 3.
give or
like
take.
every freaking Sunday race.
Yeah, I miss the noon starts sometimes.
I guess the question is, are we going to get affected by weather again?
Is that in the cards?
For a fifth race in a row.
I know it's
they didn't
supposed to race,
okay.
or it's supposed to rain here every day for the next 10 days. So I don't know.
2:30 Eastern on NBC or probably USA actually. USA.
See. USA, it's got to be on big NBC, no?
No, it's on USA. They've been on USA, unfortunately.
They've been on both.
I figured the Brickyard would be on.
Oh,
Why
it
is
is
it
on
on
NBC.
NBC?
There it is.
Sunday. They should be fine weather-wise. Rain doesn't come into town until Monday.
Yeah. There's no rain at all over the weekend. I think they have a 7 or 6% chance all weekend.
Oh,
And
wait.
the weather's going to be nice. 84, Mac. Like,
Yeah,
I have
be
84.
Oh, it's going to be a
Beautiful.
glorious day for racing.
That is going to be a beautiful day for racing.
perfect racing weather.
So,
Well, good deal.
yeah.
Anything else I want to touch on? I know it's been relatively short, but I mean, good work.
Wish me, Gavin, Adam, and Carl good luck on Saturday. We are running the Spa 24-hour race, and Adam will be streaming it, and I'll be streaming it as well. So,
Well, good luck. I will definitely be hopping in there to annoy y'all every once in a while.
oh, Jesus.
Oh,
I've gotta
it's
get- I've gotta
24
get my,
hours.
uh,
We're going to need something to occupy us.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to get my makeshift bed ready in here. Like,
I'll make sure Jared hops in there too. And,
Oh, God.
tries
Oh,
to annoy
Lord.
y'all.
Oh, Lord.
Anyone else that's pretty annoying that you want to get in there? I can get
You know,
Mason
it
in
seems
there.
like
let's
a
get
loaded
Zach King in
question.
there. Let's get.
He'd have to get his internet figured out first.
Hey guys, what time's the stage in this race?
I mean, I haven't heard of this guy
Love you, Zach.
since the Panthers won the Stanley
I
Cup.
know.
This man's
Dude disappeared after the
he's
Panthers
been on a
won the
bender
Stanley
for the
Cup.
past month and a half.
He's also been playing NCAA
See,
or college football
Yeah.
25.
there you go.
My bad.
Yeah, they can't call it NCAA because they didn't get licensed through the NCAA.
Whoops.
I mean, that
I mean-
was the goal.
Good on them.
Yeah, honestly, NCAA doesn't deserve anything.
Well, it's not even just that. I don't think NCAA wanted EA to ruin something that they have their name on.
I'm gonna be honest. Like in my time playing it, it's been the best EA Sports game that I've played in past 5 years. Besides like NHL, I think NHL they usually do a pretty good job at. But
I just
The last-
EA in general. I just not
Most
a
people
good
don't
gaming.
like 'em.
game.
they make
The
quality
last-
They used to.
visual quality at the very least.
They used to. They used to be the peak. Like this is the standard for gaming, and then
Yeah.
like all they've cared about is lining their pockets.
Then NASCAR 09 came out, or sorry, NASCAR 08 came out.
Call of Duty happened.
Call
Yeah.
of Duty. Oh,
Every year, Call of Duty
Yeah.
happened,
Every year since.
and then the microtransactions, like
yeah, all the Ultimate Team stuff. Well, that's another rabbit hole, but
that is another rabbit hole, and I don't want to go into it.
it don't matter. I'm down with ending it there.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's been a quiet week for NASCAR news or even racing news in general, to be honest.
Well, we'll make sure to bring some drama next week to Kentucky.
Oh God.
Give us a long podcast for next week. So whoever's wrong me this season, you're getting turned.
It's all over for y'all.
I didn't say by who, but you're getting turned.
Also, have we gotten team standings updated lately?
Not in the last couple of weeks.
I'll tell you what.
All I know is the three top teams is the ones that we expected was Maverick, Next Level, and Limitless. We're all I know in
We're all
a.
on top of each
It's
It's
other.
got to
Yeah,
be a
it's
neck
probably
and neck
really
battle
close.
between us our three.
I'll tell you
teams.
what. I'll go back and try to update that tomorrow. We'll see from there, but then we can go from there.
Sure. Well,
All right. Well, you know what the sign off is, right?
Start us
We're
off,
actually gonna
Carl!
Do this. Oh my god. I didn't think we were gonna do this. All right. Ready?
You got to go first.
You got to start.
okay.
You start,
Okay.
Carl.
All right. Buckle it up.
Buckle it up,
Buckle it up.
Buckle it up.
or
you'll
you'll die. Woohoo!
We'll work on that, I guess.
Big shout out to my wife Riley for getting us to start this.
Right here.
All right.
You hate
This is all it.
All right, and we will catch y'all next week. Make sure to watch the Castle Smart Alarm 250 at Kentucky on next Tuesday, the 24th on Sim Racing TV or
Extreme Sim TV.
Extreme Sim TV at 9
Say
p.m.
Sim
Eastern.
Extreme TV again.
YouTube channel,
It's the Tube U channel, guys.
the My Face of YouTube's. Be sure to tune in. You won't want to miss it.
My book. Face.
Oh man.
But yes, another shout out to our
Wait,
sponsors: Butt Kicker,
Insta X.
Butt Kicker, Leader in Haptics, Sundance Pizza, Idealies, and Ascendance Trucks. Thank you all for your support. And Richard, Carl, thank y'all for your support in dealing with me. But,
You are so welcome.
We're stuck dealing with Richard. I think that's where we're at right now.
Until next week, thank y'all for your time, and we will catch y'all then.